Hello everyone and welcome to our today's meditation session. Today we are going to talk about 32 body parts meditation. 32 body parts kasina meditation is a meditation that focuses on the absorption into the bodily tissues or organs. It is sometimes referred to as a kasina meditation, but it should not be confused with the 10 kasina meditation on the elements in the universe. So 32 body parts meditation is said to help practitioners of Jhana meditation and is sometimes even added in the beginner or intermediate levels of Jhana meditation. Besides this, it is also said that it is one of the healing meditations, as one gets acquainted with the energetic structure of one's own bodily tissues or organs, and can then easily feel them and send them positive vibrations. So before we start with 32 body parts meditation, it is good to know that we will basically do two things. First is to feel the tissue or organ in our body. We can touch it with both hands, one hand, or only a fingertip, if that helps. And the second is that we will try to send positive vibrations of loving kindness towards that particular body part. This loving kindness towards the tissue or organ stimulates the micro, minor, or rarely major chakras in the tissue and organ, and so we can enter that tissue similarly like we would enter into a micro chakra. So this entering will resemble Jhana meditation. It is said that the deeper we go into the spiritual structure of a tissue or organ, bodily tissue or organ, the better it is. But if it is hard for us, then we can gently refocus on either cultivation of loving kindness, mantra meditation, breathing meditation, prana meditation of the pranas in the areas of cultivation, or cultivation of bliss and happiness in that particular tissue or organ. We can always choose between these options, whatever is easier for us. If we choose to use mantras, we can use a general mantra such as Om, Sama, Arahang, or some other mantra related to healing, because this in end is also a healing meditation. So now it's the time to start with meditation. Let us relax and check if we sit comfortably. Let us make a few deep breaths and slowly start with deep yet natural breathing, and just breathe in and breathe out. At first we can massage both hands a bit to stimulate the palm chakras and micro chakras of the fingers, so we can grab each finger one by one at a time and massage it and activate all the chakras located in our hands. Now let us gently focus on the head hair. We can touch it and imagine the head hair is the vehicle of divine energies enter our body. And just imagine the head hair, gently touch it, and imagine that head hair has some similarities with each other. It has the same energetical structure, energetical imprint. It has the roots, and imagine that the energy of the head hair uh, is connected to the divine energies of the Sahasrara chakra. And so let us go into that energy of the head hair and send loving kindness towards it. We can also see the connection between the divine energies of Sahasrara and the head chakras in the head hair area, and focus on all this as well if we are able. And just breathe in and breathe out and send loving kindness toward head hair. Now we can slowly proceed with the body hair and imagine that everywhere on the body where there is body hair, there are also micro chakras below and above that area. And we can send loving kindness to each of the clusters of body hair, starting with our eyebrows, mustache, beard, shoulders, arms body hair, armpits, finger body hair, chest body hair, abdominal body hair, lower abdominal body hair, thigh body hair, lower legs body hair, feet body hair, and finally toes body hair. Now we can conclude that the meditation on the body hair by meditating on all of the body hair at once and entering the field of body hair energy will provide the opportunity that we enter in that field of body hair energies, which might be connected to different chakras. So in this case, there are different body hair energies in some sense. And just breathe in and breathe out. And briefly send loving kindness to each and every body hair on the body, and then slowly proceed to another body part that is nails. And we can imagine that each nail bed is an origin of a meridian or even two meridians that traverse the body, starting on either left or right or both sides of the nail. We can also touch the nails one by one, both left and right corners of the nail, and feel their energy and their meridian connections, and in such a way entering into the source of the meridians in the body by entering into the corners of the nails, and just feel that energy of meridians, and just breathe in and breathe out, and finish this meditation by sending loving kindness towards every part of the nails, and especially towards the energy of the meridians below the nails, as if we would strengthen all the meridians in its vigor with this loving kindness meditation and heal the nails as well, and just send this loving kindness to all the meridians, all the nails, nail beds, all the source points of meridians located near the nails, and focus on both loving kindness and all the meridians in our body at once. Now we can proceed with the teeth, and imagine that each of the teeth is a micro chakra, and each of the teeth is also connected to some of the meridians. So let us focus on these energetical connections and structural connections, even if we don't know by heart which meridian is connected to a certain tooth. And at the same time, let us send loving kindness towards each and every breath, teeth, and meridians, body meridians related to them. And just breathe in and breathe out and feel the meridians, feel the teeth, feel the structure, energetical structure of the teeth, the micro chakras at the tooth beds, the sources of the beds, at the roots of the tooth. Now we can proceed with the skin and imagine it as a covering, which is a border between our body and our energy bodies. We can feel its energetical structure. And now we can enter into it, into the skin, enter into a border between physical body and energy bodies, and feel all the bodies, physical body and energy bodies above the skin, and especially skin at once, and just feel all the cells, all the skin cells, rejuvenate them, energize them with loving kindness towards all the skin cells in the body. And just breathe in and breathe out. Now we can proceed with the flesh and imagine all the muscles in our body as connected between themselves and slowly enter into this energy of the flesh and send all the flesh muscle cells in our body a great dose of loving kindness, and feel all the muscles at once, that we are bathed into the loving kindness that is generated with our mind, with our soul, with our heart, towards all the muscle cells in the body. So we feel both loving kindness and all the muscle cells at the same time. And just breathe in and breathe out. And in this way, heal all the muscle cells in the body. Now we can move on to sinews and imagine all the sinews in our body as being of the same origin and same energetical structure. Slowly enter into its energy field and send it a great dose of loving kindness. So let us imagine the energy of the sinews in our body and energize them, and just breathe in and breathe out. Now we can move on to all the bones in our body and feel it as being of the same origin and same energetical structure. We can meditate on its cells and find and finish this section by sending a lot of loving kindness towards all the bone cells. And just imagine all the bone cells at once and a lot of loving kindness. So that our whole body of bones is full with loving kindness. And just breathe in and breathe out. And as we did with bones, we can also do with bone marrow and acknowledge its immense role in immunity of our body. And so send the loving kindness energy to all the bone marrow cells as well. Now we can feel our kidneys. We can gently touch the area about the kidneys, massage it a bit if we like, and feel and enter the energy of the kidneys. Imagine it as a proper minor chakras, 2 kidneys, and enter into it. And in the end, we can also send them a lot of loving kindness. And just breathe in and breathe out, totally relaxed, totally synchronized with the energy of the kidneys. Further onto heart muscle, we can place our hands on the chest near the heart muscle and try to feel its heartbeat. Let us imagine the heart muscle as one of the important major chakras. We can use a mantra, Yam, Om, or some other mantra with each of the heartbeats and enter into the stream of Madhyamavani, or the inner sound of the heart chakra. Just breathe in and mentally chant Yam, Om, or some other mantra with each of the heartbeats and feel it, feel the tiny expansions and contractions of the heart muscle, and seal this part with sending of loving kindness to the heart muscle and heart chakra. Now we can move on to the liver and gallbladder and imagine it as an important minor chakra. You can gently massage the liver, the area about the liver, and enter into the liver energy, enter into the cells of the liver and energize it with loving kindness. Next one is diaphragm. We can make a few even deeper breaths. Feel the diaphragm expansion and contraction. And we can send it loving kindness, vibration, and just breathe in deeply as we can and breathe out in order to feel the diaphragm. Now we can go into the left part of the abdomen, in the area of the spleen, and try to gently massage the area about the spleen. We can even enter into the spleen cells and even into the spleen chakra, and finish the meditation of the spleen by sending a lot of loving kindness, a lot of loving compassion, mercy, and gentleness towards the spleen cells, especially toward the spleen chakra, and just gently massage the area. We can even use some mantras if we wish. And just breathe in and breathe out. Now we proceed to the lungs and see them as an important transformer of prana, and fill all the cells of the lungs with a few deep breaths. We can also concentrate on the Mahaprana in the lungs and feel the wider area with even more prana and loving kindness as before. Now we can meditate on the large intestine. We can think about its importance in the recollection of water, in refilling the water, thinking of it as an area where many important bacteria live, and then slowly start to fill all the large intestine cells. We can also send loving kindness to all the cells of the large intestine. Let us move on with the small intestine and feel its structure on a cellular level. Feel its enormous length and importance in absorption of many nutrients. And we can seal this part by sending loving kindness to all the cells of the small intestine and have a few healing breaths. Breathe in and breathe out. Remove all the tension if there is in the intestine and heal the cells of the small intestine. Think of feces. Feces in intestine. Whether it is healthy or unhealthy. How to make it healthier. What to change in our diet. Do we need to drink more? We can also think of its tamasic nature and how to lessen its tamasic nature by eating only sattvic food. And meditate more so that even feces becomes less tamasic when it exits our intestines. And we can change our focus from the most tamasic stronghold of feces to the most sattvic, most pure, cleanest and highest part of our body, and that's our brain. We can think of it as the seat of our consciousness, an area where the majority of the most important chakras, minor and micro chakras, are located. So it is our special desire to make all the brain cells as healthy and vibrant as possible. We can think of all the brain parts at once, all the brain major, minor and micro chakras at once. Ajna chakra, Talu chakra, Manas chakra, Bindu chakra, Kutasha, two insulae, all the parts of the Nirvana chakra, all parts of the brain at once, and send all the chakras in the brain, all the brain cells, a lot of loving kindness. And live here for a moment on this loving kindness. Now we can think about the quality of the bile and also the health of the gallbladder. We can finish this part by sending loving kindness to the gallbladder. At the same time, we can think if we need to change our diet so that the gallbladder will be even healthier. Now we can think about the quality of the phlegm and how much of it we have in the body. How much of phlegm do we have in the body? Is it too much or too little? Are we always dry when we breathe? Or do we feel that there is some wetness in our lungs? And we can send loving kindness to all the parts of the respiratory system, especially our lungs, but to all the parts of our respiratory system. Now we can check if we have some pus in the body, and if we have some pus, let us try to heal those parts of the body uh, by sending loving kindness to those parts, if they exist. Otherwise, we just send loving kindness to all of our body. Now let us think about the quality of the blood and its importance for physical existence. We can also think if our diet is healthy, if we can energize the blood with spiritual practices, and we can also send loving kindness to all the blood cells, to all the blood plasma fluid in the body, and especially to the parts where blood cells are produced, and just send loving kindness to all the blood cells and blood producing cells. Now we can think about the quality of the sweat and the health of our sweat glands, whether they're healthy or not. Are we sweating too much? Or maybe we are not even able to sweat. So we can finish this part by sending loving kindness to all the sweat producing glands in the body. Now we can think about the quality of the fat and the health of the adipose tissue in our body. Are we too fat? We need to cleanse ourselves from the toxic load stored in our fat tissue, or are we lean enough and clean enough in our fat, so we can send loving kindness to all the fat or adipose tissue in our body. Now we can think about the quality of the tears, health of our tear gland, and a lot of loving kindness to all the tear glands around the eyes. Now we can think about the grease and the health of our grease secretory glands. Are we clean enough? Is our skin too moist? Or is our skin too dry? We can gently finish this part by sending loving kindness to all the grease secreting glands in our body. Now we can think about the quality of the saliva and the health of our saliva secretory glands in our mouth. Jiva, or a chakra below the tongue, is a very important minor chakra, and we can enter into Jiva chakra, into its energies, and activate it a bit. We can also finish this part by sending loving kindness to the parotid glands located near the both of our cheeks, submandibular gland, and sublingual gland below the tongue. So all the cells, all the gland cells around the mouth, all the chakras around the mouth, and just send a lot of loving kindness to all these parts. Now we can think about the quality of the mucus and the health of our mucus secreting glands. We can also meditate on the Lalana chakra, on the uvula or soft palate, and enter into the Lalana chakra. Feel its energy. We can even use some mantra and mentally chant some mantra in Lalana chakra. And we can finish this part by sending loving kindness to all the mucus secreting glands. Now we can think about the joints and minor chakras related to the joints, such as knee chakras, elbow chakras, shoulder chakras. We can also check if our joints are healthy and send them a lot of loving kindness. So all our joints in the body, all the chakras related to the joints, such as knee chakra, elbow, shoulder chakras. And we will finish our meditation, our healing meditation, with urine, which is normally the second or the third most tamasic liquid in our body, or most tamasic part in our body. And we can think, it's not really part, it's more liquid in the body, so we can think of its qualities, the qualities of the urine, but also about the health of our kidneys, bladder, prostate, and send them a huge dose of loving kindness to kidneys, bladder, prostate, and because we are finishing with urine as the last of the 32 body parts, we can also think about how we can make urine less tamasic with constant, proper spiritual practices, with sattvic influences, with sattvic food, sattvic drinks, sattvic thoughts, sattvic mental activity, and also with plenty of water. And just send the loving kindness to the whole of our body, so that we are immersed in the loving kindness. Not only our body, but all our bodies became loving kindness in itself. So now we are loving kindness, and we need to spread and share this loving kindness to others. This was a finish, an end to a very short, abridged version of 32 body kasina meditation, 32 body parts meditation. I hope that you like it. Have a great time and See you soon.